You are listening to Morning Special on EBS FM. We are live on this Wednesday morning, and it's time to take a trip around the world with Illya.
South, north, west, and east. Hold on to your seats because we are going all around the world.
It is time to go back to Russia. Illya is back in the studio once again. Good to see you.
Woohoo! Good to see you, Steve, too.
How was your week? Did you have a good one?
I definitely did.
Good.
Yes, absolutely.
What was the highlight of your week then?
The weather.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice right now. It's not hot anymore. It's finally you have this Shiwanan breeze.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's perfect. Now, last week you talked to us about Vladivostok. What would the weather be like in Vladivostok right now? Quite similar, I would think.
It's quite similar. It's exactly the same, as a matter of fact, because Vladivostok is not that north from Seoul. So it's similar. We have sea, we have mountains and hills. The weather is pretty much similar.
Oh, right on. All year round, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's not that far away, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, it's good to see you. So let's get started with a quiz question, shall we?
Absolutely. So listen carefully. This one is really easy, though. If there is a White House in Washington, in Moscow, you have the A, Gremlin, and B, Kremlin.
Okay. One more time, please.
If there is a White House in Washington, in Moscow, you have the A, Gremlin, and B, Kremlin.
This is a tricky one though because of the pronunciation and the spelling. So the White House is in Washington, but what's in Moscow? Is it number one, the Gremlin, Gremlin?
Yeah.
Or number two, Kremlin, Kremlin? Oh, that's a good question.
It is.
All right, put your answers on our Bundy board. Use Kakao Talk or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045 for 50 or 101, depending on the length of your text. We are giving away a Knock Your Life Yohengyong backpack. Okay, so today we're talking about...
We are talking about Moscow, which is the capital of Russia, as you guys probably know. And there are just some basic facts about this city. It has more than 12 million people. Well, it's just about Seoul size.
Okay.
Like Seoul, Moscow has a river flowing through its center. It's called the Moskva River.
Moskva River, okay.
Exactly. Actually, city was named after this river.
How does the Moskva River compare to the Han River?
Han River is slightly bigger and wider than Moskva River. Moskva is like, if you've been to Paris or London, it's close to Thames.
Okay.
It's like that wide, you know?
And it cuts the city in half?
Yeah, exactly. On a south and north south and north parts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever lived in Moscow before?
I've never lived there. I've been there a couple of times, of course, but I've never actually lived there.
Yeah.
But a lot of my relatives live there, so I visit there often.
Does it have its own culture?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Because, like in the States, they say that Big Apple is not exactly America and New York is different from the rest of the country.
Sure.
The same thing in Russia. We say that Moscow is not exactly Russia. It's like it's a country within a country.
Okay.
It has its own culture. It has its own dialect and language. You know, it's have some distinctive features.
It's true, I guess, for any big city in any country, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Everybody would say that. We say that about Toronto in Canada as well.
Oh, you do?
Of course, the people are Canadians, and they're very nice, and they're very friendly, but the city itself is not necessarily representative of the entire country, though, right?
Absolutely.
Same with Vancouver, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so what else do we need to know about Moscow?
Moscow has a very interesting road system, actually. It's centered roughly on the Kremlin at the heart of the city. So Kremlin is right at the center of the city.
Okay.
And from there, roads generally span outwards to intersect with a sequence of circular roads. So it's when you look at it from the bird's point of view, it looks like the center, then it's circle, a bigger circle, a wider circle.
So it looks like an archer's bullseye. Like
exactly.
Like archery.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
I didn't know that. The Kremlin is very famous for being famous for its security.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the residence of the president of
Yeah.
Russian Federation. So yeah, it's secured very, very strictly. But it's actually a place I want to talk about right now because we have a red square in front of Kremlin, and you guys probably know that's one of the biggest attractions in Moscow. It's
course.
right in the center of the city.
Yeah.
It's right above the walls of Kremlin, and if you can actually go inside the Kremlin. And there are a few distinctive features in there too. We have Arms Hall, so-called Arms Hall, where we have all the exhibition of all arms and all the treasures of Emperor Russia.
Okay.
From the 14th or 15th
Oh,
century, I guess.
wow.
Yeah, it's really luxurious. It's huge, and it's definitely worth visiting. If you are in Moscow, be sure to check that out. It shows all the treasures and all the splendid history of Russia in one hall.
Oh, beautiful.
It is. And another thing, very interesting thing I would actually talk about is there is a McDonald's very close to Kremlin, very close to as you can see it right now, very close to Kremlin.
Okay.
And this McDonald's, this particular one, is very famous because this is the biggest McDonald's in the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that's funny. I was wondering why. I was thinking, why is Illya mentioning this restaurant? What could he possibly say? Oh, it's the biggest one in the world.
It is. It actually in a book of Guinness Records
Oh, really?
as the biggest McDonald's in the world. And it's in Moscow. It's very close to Moscow city center.
So does that mean the hamburgers are bigger too?
You wish so.
But maybe not, huh?
Maybe not, yeah.
All right, we're learning about Russia's capital of Moscow today with Illya, and we're going to learn more about it after, I believe this is a Russian singer, yes? Azu?
Yes, Alsu. She's a Russian singer. Absolutely. She's very famous in Russia.
Ah,
That's
cool.
true.
And the track is called?
Весна.
Старая, старая сказка, ночь так длинна, в небе луна, самая главная тайна есть у меня одна. Синее, синее море, а над волной свет неземной. Может, узнаю я скоро, что это вдруг со мной. Улетели белые метели, почему же мне ночью не до сна? Мы с тобой знакомы две недели, что же ты со мной делаешь, весна? Что же ты? Чистое, чистое небо, солнце в руках, льется река. Все расскажу я тебе, но вот только не знаю как. Тихая песня случайно будет слышна возле окна. Самая главная тайна есть у меня одна. Улетели белые метели, почему же мне ночью не до сна? Мы с тобой знакомы две недели, что же ты со мной делаешь, весна?
That was the perfect music video to play because it showed us a great view of the city of Moscow, right?
Yes. Very beautiful, isn't it?
It really actually is. And it's quite modern.
It is. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
It's quite trendy, it seems.
Yes, this is the capital, so it has all the trends.
Yeah.
It's the center of all economic, political, cultural things going on. So yeah.
Right on. And you were saying during the song break that I said, oh, what's this area? And you said, oh, that's like Myeongdong.
Yeah, because we have this area. It's very close. It's like in probably 분위기 wise, like atmosphere wise, it's close to Myeongdong. It's like shopping, restaurant, hanging out, a lot of theaters, small theaters. So yeah, a very nice area to stroll about.
Is it an expensive city to travel to?
It's an expensive city. It's probably one of the most expensive cities in Europe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I don't think it's quite expensive to travel to. It's expensive to live in, though.
Okay, so rent and things like that would be very
it's
expensive.
very expensive. Much more expensive than here in Seoul.
What about food and things like that?
It's not very expensive because food is not basically very expensive in Russia. And in case of Moscow, you have a lot of like huge variety of different restaurants and cafeterias. You can find literally anything in Moscow because, like in Seoul, it's capital. So a lot of people flock in here. You have a lot of cuisines like as well as Russian cuisine restaurants and European, American, Asian, whatever you find them all, you name them, they are there.
What is your favorite thing and least favorite thing about the capital city, Moscow?
Well, probably my most favorite thing is that it's so diverse. You can literally have any experience there in any area. You can eat any food. You can see whatever concert or performance you want to. You can go. There are some very, very beautiful and very interesting galleries and museums in Moscow as well. The least thing is probably the it's probably the same thing with all huge cities in the world. People are not very friendly there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's, that to me, though, that's not a byproduct of the people or the country.
No.
That's just the city.
Exactly. It's that big.
Yeah. People might say that about Seoul.
Yeah.
People would definitely say that about New York.
Oh, absolutely.
New York, you've been to New York before. The people are not friendly at all, right? And it's just because everybody's so busy, right?
Exactly.
Nobody has time to smile and say hello.
Exactly, yeah. Because everyone's in such a hurry.
Yeah.
And everyone tries to get into work on time and, squeeze yourself into subway. And it's just everyone's so busy and no time to care about everyone around you.
But you would recommend that people visit Moscow?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You'll be stunned by Moscow. I know a lot of Korean friends of me. And when they actually visit Moscow, they come back to Korea and they're like, wow, that's a beautiful city.
Surprised, huh?
Yeah.
How long is the flight from Seoul to Moscow?
It's not a very quick flight. It's about 8.5, 9 hours.
It's that far?
It's that far.
Oh, wow.
Moscow is very close to Europe.
Yeah.
From Moscow to London, it's just 1 hour and a half flight.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't realize it was that close, geographically speaking. Really interesting stuff, Illya. Now, unfortunately, you have a previous appointment and you're not going to be able to join us for a while because you're going to be, you're traveling, right?
Yes, I'm actually going to the States tomorrow.
Well, we really loved having you on the show.
Thank you.
And we loved learning about Moscow today, and we loved learning about Vladivostok, your hometown, last week. And we thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Before you go today, can we have the answer to your quiz question, please?
Oh, absolutely. Should I read the question again?
Sure.
If there is a White House in Washington, in Moscow, you have the A was Gremlin with G, and B was Kremlin with K. And the answer, of course, is B, Kremlin with K.
Yes, and the winner of the Knock Your Life Young backpack was 8744 Nim. Congratulations. Enjoy your prize. Illya, before you go, teach us 2 Russian expressions.
Okay, so last time we learned the 반말, last formal one.
Okay.
Today, let's do the formal one.
Okay.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
This is like good afternoon.
Okay. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте.
Okay. And how do we say goodbye?
And goodbye is До свидания.
До свидания.
Yes.
That one I knew already, actually.
Oh, you have a very good pronunciation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm a Russian at heart, perhaps. Illya, once again, thank you so much. It's been a fun 2 weeks. До свидания.
Thank you, Steve.
Hope to see you again.